Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop, and this is my performance review of the Nike Sabrina 2. So as you guys all know, the Sabrina 1 was an amazing performer and the Sabrina 2 just came out. And also there is another colorway coming out. It's like all white with some like blue, light blue accents, which looks amazing. But this is the Court Vision colorway, and if you guys do want to cop, I'll try to leave the free link in the description box. It does help me out if you do choose to get this shoe, if you buy the shoe from the actual link in the description box or the product pictures underneath this video. And as always, thank you guys so much for all the support. But yeah, Sabrina 1 is also on sale for like 90 to 100 bucks as well. So links to all those will be in the description box below. But yeah, this shoe retails for 130 bucks, which is a pretty good price, I would say. But let's get started right off with the tracciones. So for the traction pattern we have is pretty much herringbone, but they're calling it the S traction pattern for some reason. You know what I mean? In this color, we have like a semi-translucent outsole, and it has this pretty cool iridescent glow to it. It has this like cool like purple glow to it, you know? But how is the traction? Oh my gosh, the traction is freaking amazing. It's top tier, guys. If you're playing on a clean court, just like the Sabrina 1, it has top tier traction. It has an amazing bite. You stop on a dime, all the good stuff, you know what I mean, that you would want from a traction. This shoe has on a clean court. So yeah, amazing performance on clean court. If you're playing on a dusty court, also really nice, right? So I was playing, you know, with some other shoes, right, while testing this shoe, like the Luka 3s, which picked up a lot of dust. The AG4 Soar SE picked up a little bit of dust. And also, I was playing with the Donny Shoe 6 as well, alongside the Sabrina 2. And the Donny Shoe 6 and the Sabrina 2 was picking up the least amount of dust, right? So it does still pick up a little bit of dust, but it definitely isn't that bad. And also doesn't pick it up that quickly. But if it does pick up dust, you just do a slight wipe or two and you're good to go. And you're gonna have really nice bites again, right? So if you're playing on a dirty court, you should be fine. Just keep up with your wipes, and it's not gonna be a huge issue. And also, you don't really have to like wipe that often either, which of course is amazing. Also, another thing that I really like about the shoe is that it's freaking loud for the squeak. You know, like really nice, loud, high-pitched squeak, which of course has nothing to do with performance, but you know, I feel like most people like to have a nice, loud squeak, which the Sabrina 2 does have, right? And now moving on to the durability, I feel like it should be pretty good. You know what I mean? Like the rubber is actually pretty dang hard. There's a lot of grooves. There's a lot of surface area, of course. And you know, grooves are deep and thick, so you should be fine for outdoor use. And also, I really like the swoosh. You know, someone told me, you know, this is a swoosh, and there also is an eye for her last night. Also, it does expose the Cushlon 3.0, which we'll get into, right? Now, moving on to the heel to toe transition, also extremely freaking smooth in the Sabrinas, right? So here in the heel, we got a nice kind of like curve shape a little bit, right? Also pretty much fully exposed Cushlon 3.0 foam, or it's like a carrier foam, you know what I mean? But either way, I thought, you know, from the leaked images, this was like a plastic piece caging the cushion, but it's not. This is also still foam. So that's still really smooth and soft here in the heel. And coming here into the forefoot, it's not super rocker friendly, you know, it's not a really curved shape, but it still has a nice little curve to it. And it's really flexible here in the forefoot still. So overall, heel to toe transition is really smooth. And but if you're looking for good torsional support, not the best. Like, look at this, you know? So not the best for torsional support, but I feel like most people, you should be fine, like normal people. If you need a lot of torsional support, obviously this isn't going to be the best option, right? And now moving on to the cushioning setup. The cushioning setup is really nice. You know, I really like it. So they are using full length Cushlon 3.0 foam, but they are using like a core, like a dual density setup, right? So they are using a softer Cushlon foam for the core, and then for the carrier, like on the outside, they're using like a stiffer cushion, which makes sense. You know, you don't want it to be too soft or else it'll feel a little mushy, you know what I mean? So you still have amazing court feel, really nice court feel, but still have really good underfoot, well, not really good, it's like pretty good, pretty nice, you know, comparing to like, you know, soft mesh boards. It's not as nice as those, but it's still pretty nice for underfoot cushion. Pretty nice bounce in the forefoot from the zoom unit, which is very nice. You know, it has a top loaded zoom unit in the forefoot, and also nice compression here in the heel. It's soft and comfortable, while still feeling responsive, and also great for impact protection. You know, my feet really didn't hurt at all. So yeah, it's an overall really nice cushioning setup, especially if you want like a responsive setup But like I said, you still have nice balance, compression, and impact protection. It just like balances that all out together really well. So there is the cushioning setup there. Moving on to the upper. So for a $130 shoe, I don't think it's the best for quality, you know what I mean? But it's really soft and comfortable, you know what I mean? Especially here in the toe box, right? So it's kind of like this screen mesh kind of material, it looks like to me. Like it's like a plastic screen mesh almost. But yeah, it's really soft and comfortable on foot, especially here in the toe box. Comforts your foot really well too. But also, while still feeling pretty dang supportive. Not the most supportive feeling material, but it's not like, it doesn't feel unsupportive, right? Also here, like at the edge of the toe box, we have like this rubberized material for extra durability and support. Also going around the eyelets, we have this kind of like purple material, right? The shiny purple material, which does add a little bit of stiffness to the upper as well, especially here in the midfoot, but still we have this like screen mesh as well, and still really thin here in the midfoot too, right? But also we have this midfoot band, you know, support system is what they're calling it, but it looks like flywire. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking from the outside of the shoe, it looks like flywire, but it's actually not. It's these like really thin bands. It's just like a really thin material, and they kind of like stitched wires on it. You know what I mean? To make it look like flywire a little bit, but it's just two bands here on the lateral side and also on the medial side. But you know, it also goes through the eyelets, adding for a little bit more support in the midfoot. The tongue has very minimal padding. It's also a half booty construction tongue, giving you a better overall one-to-one fit. And also here in the ankle area, you have an average amount of padding as well. Like on the sides, average amount. In the ankle area, you have a little bit more padding, but still not super well padded. So overall, it's a really minimal feeling upper, right? Still feels really comfortable because it conforms to your foot really well. Not the most supportive upper, but it still feels pretty supportive. So overall, I do like the upper like material, just not the best for quality in my personal opinion. Also really like the detail of, you know, Sabrina breaking the glass ceiling with the swoosh right here, and also like the glass ceiling breaking right here with the stitching. So there is the upper there. Moving on to the fit, so I went up half a size, and lengthwise there definitely is a little bit of length. So if you do want to go true to size, you can, you know, but it might be a little snug. Your toes are going to be pretty close to the edge of the shoe, but just be careful with that because it is a very snug fit here in the toe box, right? So once you break the Sabrina 2 in, the material does get little bit stretched out. It does get a little bit roomier here in the toe box, but it doesn't stretch out that much, you know what I mean? So I'm still glad that I went up half a size. I don't really mind it all too much, but again, if you want a snug fit lengthwise, then just go true to size, right? Also widthwise, I would say it is around normal width to slightly narrow. So yeah, I didn't really mind going up half a size that much because of the snug fit here in the toe box and widthwise. But like I said, if you want a very snug fit, go true to size, right? And now moving on to the support and lockdown, very nice for me. It wasn't the best for support, like comparing to like, I don't know, like the Hardens, the AE1, the Donshu 5 even, but it's adequate. And I feel like it'll be adequate and really nice for most people, unless you're looking for a really, really stiff and sturdy shoe, you know? But yeah, for lateral containment, your foot really isn't gonna come out of the footbed at all, right? So here in the forefoot, we have the foam coming up, acting as a sidewall, and also we have this shinier material a little bit, you know what I mean? So that stiffens up the upper just a tiny bit. Also, the swoosh is a little bit stiff as well, adding to a little bit of rigidness to the upper, just a tiny bit. Also, we have an internal TPU heel counter. So, lateral containment, your foot is really not coming out of the footbed, or like it didn't for me, right? But for this upper, the upper is like kind of on the thinner side of things, you know, so it's not super supportive. Like I said, for most people it'll be adequate. Like, it was adequate for me. I didn't mind it at all. But like I said, if you're looking for a super sturdy shoe, probably not the best option for the Sabrina 2, but most people, you should be fine, right? Also, lateral stability, look at this. You know, we have a very wide base, lower to the ground as well here in the forefoot, so lateral stability is very good, and I didn't have any issues with heel slippage or anything like that. My foot felt locked into the shoe when I, you know, laced the shoe up. So yeah, overall support and lockdown was adequate and really nice for me. Now moving on to the weight of the shoe. So this shoe is extremely lightweight, and also the upper is extremely minimal. So yeah, it's 10.9 ounces. Let's check the other shoe. 10.95 ounces, right? So the weight flash, that shoe is I think like 10.5 ounces. So yeah, the Sabrina 2 is definitely like top 5 lightest hoop shoes that you can get right now, still with good tech, you know what I mean? Because, you know, like, you know, cheaper shoes, you know, that are like, you know, 80, 90 bucks, they're gonna be extremely lightweight because they lack tech, you know what I mean? But the Sabrina 2 and also like the weight flash and stuff like that, they don't lack tech, but they're still really lightweight. So yeah, extremely lightweight for the Sabrina 2. Under 11 ounces is extremely lightweight. The average weight of my shoes is around 12.5 ounces. So yeah, extremely lightweight, very minimal feeling, and also you feel extremely freaking quick. Like the traction is freaking amazing, it's top tier. The cushion has amazing court feel while still being good for impact protection, which is weird, and also feels pretty dang comfortable for underfoot cushioning, and also the compression here in the heel, and adds a nice little bounce here in the forefoot. The overall support was adequate for me. It fit me well. So yeah, I felt extremely quick in the Sabrina 2. And now moving on to the ventilation. It's okay, right? So through this screen mesh material, there is an underlaying material as well. So there's not that much airflow, right? But through the screen mesh, like on the sides, right? On these side panels, on the lateral and medial sides, it has really good airflow, right? But also through the tongue, there's not that much airflow either. So overall ventilation is pretty good, but it's not the coolest shoe, right? Now moving on to the aesthetics, I love it. This shoe looks absolutely freaking amazing, guys. It looks like the Kobe 5, which of course is a good thing. And it just looks, you know, old school. It's taking it back to the old school Nike designs. But yeah, this colorway looks amazing, and the other colorway that's come out in a couple weeks that looks amazing as well. And the overall silhouette looks amazing, right? Even on the medial side, you know, with the swoosh here and the heel looks great. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, yeah, this is one of my favorite hoop shoes right now, right? This is amazing. And if you're a guard, you will love this shoe. I feel like this is an absolutely amazing shoe for guards. If you're a bigger dude, probably not the best option, but obviously this was made for guards. So the traction, you're gonna feel amazingly quick. Of course, top tier traction, cushion. It's just, you know, it's just amazing. It's just a really nice cushioning setup for guards, you know, great court feel, but still not lacking really in anything, you know what I mean? And still good impact protection. Really lightweight shoe, but still adequate support too, and also still a very minimal upper, you know what I mean? So yeah, I really like playing in this shoe. And if you like the Sabrina 1, I definitely feel like you'll love the Sabrina 2, maybe even a little bit more than the Sabrina 1, you know what I mean? Which I'll do a versus video soon. But yeah, this will definitely be in my rotation. I love this shoe. The only thing also is durability. Just be careful with the durability. I mean, like you can see the lining kind of ripping off a little bit here. And this upper, you know, it is a little bit thin, so it doesn't feel like it'll be the best for durability, you know? But other than that, it's an amazing performer, right? So anyways, that about concludes my performance review of the Nike Sabrina 2. Again, if you guys want to copy, try to leave the free link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.